We begin our tour of the LEED Gold certified upper school by approaching from Lancaster Avenue. The new building was designed and constructed with respect for the historical significance of the campus and the original Wilson Hall. There is convenient access to bus and rail lines, and bike racks were provided, along with accessible showers for after the ride to school. Several preferred parking spaces were reserved for carpoolers and hybrid vehicles. The grounds were designed to capture and retain stormwater in order to reduce the burden that runoff places on the municipal sewer system. As we pass through the front door, you see one of the walk-off mats provided at each entrance. Those mats, combined with special filters used in the HVAC system, help to maintain healthy indoor air quality. But what does sustainability actually mean? Fourth former and member of the Sustainability Alliance, Stuart Denius, explains.
Sustainability is the idea that a school or company can reuse its unused materials to create a more environmentally friendly atmosphere. This is especially important in the 21st century due to increasingly scarce natural resources and the increasing threat of global warming.
The lights in this conference room, and most of the other rooms in the building, have high and low settings, as well as motion detectors to help control the learning environment and reduce electricity waste. Natural lighting is available in 80% of the regularly occupied spaces in the building, like this in the main floor of Sebringhouse Library, and 90% of those spaces have views to the outside. From this vantage point, you can see the reflective white roof covering the new structures of the upper school. This design helps to reduce the heat island effect caused by the previous structure, in which the retention of heat facilitated by standard roofing can cause the immediate area around such a building to have higher temperatures than their nearby surroundings. This effect is particularly noticeable at night and negatively impacts the surrounding ecosystem. Rainwater that is captured from the roof is stored in a 15,000-gallon tank under the arts terrace at the west end of the building. Behind this wall is the equipment that filters and sanitizes the stored rainwater before it is used to flush all the toilets in the building. Using this rainwater, along with special water closets, urinals, and lavatories, reduces the use of drinking water by 85%. This aspect of the building's design provided a potent topic for class discussion in Mr. Matthew Deasy's environmental science class this year.
A large part of our environmental science course this past fall focused on resource allocation and use, both here in the United States and around the globe. And for our guys, the problems of water scarcity were really overwhelming at first. And at some points, the boys felt hopeless, it seemed, in class discussions that we would ever be able to change our water consumption. Our building here served as a great example and a template for discussion when the boys would walk right across the classroom to the bathroom and realize that we use collected rainwater that's been sanitized in our gray water collection system to flush our toilets. And at that point, they began to realize and believe that changing our consumption doesn't require hardship or sacrifices, merely thoughtful changes to our everyday practices.
Throughout the building, there are energy-efficient windows, like the ones we're looking through now, that have low emissivity, or low E coatings, that help to reflect internal heat back into the building during the winter and reduce the transfer of external heat into the building in the summer months. The vent above us is part of the efficient HVAC system. The new HVAC system helped to achieve an energy savings of almost 30% compared to baseline levels. Members of the Sustainability Alliance were inspired to take the school's green initiatives one step further by creating a systematic recycling program.
I think often we as Hafford School students are reminded about just how sustainable and environmentally friendly our new upper school is, with the automatic light switches and the placards talking about special features of the building. But I think subconsciously or consciously, we all knew that we didn't have the most reliable recycling program. That's why I think the Sustainability Alliance is so important, because now we bring the paper from the upper school into the paper retriever dumpster, and we see that it gets recycled and reused. So now that we know that when you use the recycling bins in the upper school, the paper will be reused, and I think that's a great benefit.
Over 24% by value of the building materials used to construct the new upper school were manufactured from recycled materials. Examples of this include the steel in the structural frame, metal wall studs and lockers, and gypsum wallboard and pinup boards like these throughout the school. Before we conclude our tour, here are a few more facts about the building's construction and design, as presented by Haverford School students.
Materials were selected for use that minimized the amount of harmful or irritating gases that were released into the building.
Asbestos was removed before Wilson Hall was renovated.
The school committed to the use of energy-efficient, ergonomically appropriate cleaning equipment, along with non-toxic and environmentally friendly cleaning products where available.
Separation and recycling of waste materials from the destruction of the old building and construction of the new one was carefully managed, allowing 94% of waste to be kept out of landfills.
Renewable energy credits were purchased to offset the entire cost of the upper school's electricity usage for 2 years. This encourages the development of and supports the viability of renewable energy sources such as wind, solar, and smaller hydroelectric.
This concludes our virtual tour of the Haverford School's LEED Gold Certified Upper School, a remarkable building that provides a daily reminder to students and teachers alike that the future can be a bright one as long as we practice a creative, dedicated, and altruistic approach to the environmental challenges of the 21st century.